period.
How did Fat Tuesdays get started? Like you just had the idea for it, and then you just went to the club and said, "I want to do." Like, how did you make that happen?
The thing about it was, growing up in St. Louis, I used to hear about the Comedy Act Theater, which is in Lamert Park in South Central, where Robert Harris made the spot. My brother Joe was already out here, and he was telling me about all the stars that came through. Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan would come to the hood to hear to this black comedy spot. And that's where people got deals. That's where Hollywood came to pick black stars or black comedians and make them into stars. So then when the riots happened with Rodney King, industry quit going to the hood to see comedians. Even the celebrities quit coming to the hood to see comedians. So when I got out to LA in 92, there wasn't all these stars that I heard was coming to this spot. I'm like, man, there's a lot of talent down here getting overlooked. Now, by the time I started Fat Tuesdays, I had an agent and a manager already. I was working, but I'm like, there's so many other people that are getting overlooked, that are talented. So I went to my manager at the time and said, hey, I want to start a room somewhere in Hollywood so they can come see, I want to bring the hood to Hollywood.
Absolutely.
I want to bring the hood to Hollywood. And so he had my manager at the time knew the booker at the Comedy Store, because there wasn't a lot of us in the Comedy Store, Improv or the Laugh Factory on Sunset.
Yeah.
So he talked to him. They gave me the belly room, which is the smallest room in the Comedy Store, holds like maybe 90 people. Gave me February, gave me Tuesday night. Fuck, who goes out on a Tuesday night? This is way before Taco Tuesday.
The worst night and the worst
night.
Taco Tuesday wasn't always a thing.
Yeah. So but by that I put blood, sweat, and tears into it. My own money.
Yeah.
Make my own flyers at Kinko's 2-3 in the morning, cutting, pasting, but the skills I learned as a PA, work with cardstock and all that stuff. But it was no social media back then.
Not at all.
It was just word of mouth.
Yeah,
I had no advertising budget.
Yep.
It was just like me going to movie theaters with the flyers and catching couples coming out. Hey man, why don't you bring your girl out on a date, man? Come laugh a little bit.
You was doing it. That was you.
Yeah, me and I had another comedian with me, Danny Green, my little sister who came in town for the summer. She was helping pass out flyers, and that's what it was. But there was no other room like it. It wasn't like I was doing some genius shit. I'd be lying if I say I orchestrated it. I was just in the moment. I was naive. But there was the Comedy Theater was done. People weren't really going there anymore. And then people felt safer coming to Hollywood telling jokes. So the industry came back out. I hired a beautiful staff because, brothers like, men like beautiful women.
We do. We like it.
And they bring us out.
They bring it out.
So cool. And then so when the men come out, the other women going to say, oh, that be men's. Men's is up in there.
Oh, yeah.
So they come.
And more come.
And it was just a perfect storm. And then you throw in, on a given night, Tupac sitting over there. Denzel over there, Prince.
When you can say that, now I was getting crazy.
Yeah, so now I was like, oh man, I was there last Tuesday. Prince was there. What?
Prince, I'm going there too.
The Rock was there. So
The Rock came as well.
Yeah, that was the advertising. That was the word of mouth.
Do you think that there's an opportunity for that kind of magic to happen again?
It does, really. I mean, if you look at Chocolate Sundays, which is the Laugh Factory, it came after Fat Tuesdays.
Yep.
You look at Mo Better Mondays or Monday Rays on Monday. That came after Fat Tuesdays.
Shout out to
it was called Freaky Mondays back then.
Homie Steph, I think Steph runs
right.
that.
They weren't doing urban nights before Fat Tuesdays. None of those clubs. Matter of fact, some of those clubs, I won't say names, were mocking Fat Tuesdays. They was calling it nigga night.
Damn.
Until they saw how much money was rolling in.
They said,
and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we can figure this money off these niggas.
Yeah, let me figure this out a little
But
bit.
to be honest, that's what it was. Somebody one time went and took a Comedy Store. They took a spray paint can and put X over RE. It was Comedy Store. It was being funny. But it saved the Comedy Store's ass. Comedy Store wasn't doing well at all back then. And I heard from them their mouths. They credited Joe Rogan for bringing it back the second time after I left. But what kept it open that time was Fat Tuesdays. And the accountant told me that. She's like, your guy told us. I said, yes. She said, without your room, we've been closed our doors. But
and it's cracking now.
It's cracking. Well, it's back cracking.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah. It's never, and it's one of the main spots everyone goes to. I see all kind of comedians now, which reminds me too. Nowadays, a lot of influencers are doing stand up.
Yeah.
They think
social media,
and I think
social media,
as
Bob Sumner calls it.
So that's my thing
social
to you.
Medias.
How do you feel about that?
It's entertainment. It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you
at all. It's like
which I don't think it would, but do you think they are taking the craft? Because I tell people all the time, stand-up comedy is a craft. it's not for everyone to just
They'll
try
crash
out.
and burn, the ones who don't take it seriously.
Okay.
Some of them already have.
Yeah.
Comedy, you gotta love this shit.
You got some.
They gotta be here, up every night, late night, drunk audiences. I mean, you gotta love it. And if you
Taking
don't love
L's,
it, taking L's,
booed.
yes. And you gotta, and otherwise you won't laugh.
Have you been booed?
I haven't been booed. I had a joke booed, but not booed off stage, never. Have I had bad sets? Absolutely.
What
Tons of
what
bad
qualifies
sets.
as a bad set? No one laughs?
No, because I got my first standing ovation. I hated my set. I'm very picky. I'm very a perfectionist. In my first standing ovation, I flubbed 2 jokes. I was in Detroit, Fox Theater, 1995, Def Comedy
Detroit is a
Jam
tough
tour.
crowd too.
And
We don't play no games out there.
I didn't even know I had a standing ovation. I flubbed 2 jokes. I went off stage and I was backstage kicking shit, being a little bitch. And Kid Capri was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Man, I flubbed 2 jokes." He was like, "Man, they stood up." I said, "What?" They stood up. Because I didn't like look at him and look. I don't hit the home run and look forward to go to the fence. I'm just gonna run the bases, take my ass back to the dugout.
Okay.
So yeah, so to me, it's like if I don't connect to the audience, that's a bad set to me.
Got you.
If I don't connect, if I feel like we don't have a relationship, and I'm not banging you, then that's a bad set for me. For me, laughter is great.
Not
Don't get it
banging, it's
twisted.
crazy.
You gotta.
I see what you mean. Now. I see how you
You gotta
spun
make
that.
you gotta make that audience squirt.
You gotta
man.
make, okay. I
man.
see
I'm
where
just
you.
honest.
I
That's
see
what-
where
that's
you
my
going
analogy.
with that. I see. Okay.
You gotta bring that back out.
You got okay. That makes sense. Let me ask you this, and I want to move on to our to another segment, and I want to ask you too as well, Q. Dream role. If you have the means right now, what would you consider to be a dream role for you?
Beyonce's thong. No, I'm just joking.
Oh wow, we.
Okay.
Be a thong.
Yeah.
Just be a thong and
Yeah.
you're one for a project. No, I'm joking.
Give me like maybe give me
It was,
like
it was a sweaty roll. It was a hairy
Yeah.
sweaty roll, but I
won an amazing award for it. But give me like maybe the genre, maybe who you would have on that, maybe who
Dream
you would maybe
role?
have, right? Maybe kind of.
to be, you know what? To be a likable villain.
Who would you consider a likable villain too?
Like I'm interested to see Denzel in the next Black Panther. He's gonna be a villain.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna like him regardless.
Yeah.
What about even Robert Downey is going to be
He's a
Doctor
beast
Doom
too.
in the next Marvel
He's
saga.
a likable villain. You know, like Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
The Joker.
You know what I mean? Even
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Phenomenal.
Man, I mean they were
People
villains,
love the
but they
Joker,
were
no matter who.
yeah, man.
He's a terrible person.
Didn't like the new Joker though. The second
Jared
the
Leto?
sequel. The sequel though. I
Oh,
like the first one. I didn't
that
like the
dude,
sequel.
With Lady Gaga.
But Lady Gaga.
Oh, that was trash.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was they
ruined it.
just called it the joke.
They had potential,
And
the
took the
first
R off.
That first one was
first one was
really
good.
good.
Oh.
That second one was.
The first one was good because as a comedian, that's who we are. I related to the first Joker because we're sad clowns, and we go home. It's sad because it's we're on the road. We do our shows. You can be in a theater of 10,000, 12,000, and then you go back to your hotel room by yourself. You just all that. A lot of us. I mean, some people do groupies and women. Don't call them groupies.
Wow.
But whatever. But for me, I have to come down after the show. Like I have to smoke a cigar before I go on stage for anxiety, and then after the show, I just went on this emotional roller coaster for an hour and a half on stage. I need to come down. I need to smoke a cigar and relax and decompress. So it looks all like it's fun and games, but most of us have to decompress after the show.
So and you've always been like that. There was never no turn up after you do a set.
Not when I was younger, but I didn't know any better.
All right, how'd that go?
But yeah, I mean,
Let me grab my glass. Talk to me about the 90s when it was different times.
I had my share of sheet pullers.
Oh yeah.
When you're done, you just pull the sheet up. Okay.
What was the best thing? What was the best thing?
Best every
Best-
man, DC, Houston. I mean, Dallas. I mean, Miami.
Hey, they got him.
Miami is the one.
It's like I could see his mind.
See,
He said
he
Miami.
going back.
Memphis.
Flashbacks.
Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That's fun in Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about Chicago?
Chicago got some nice women. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
That was nothing compared to Miami.
No,
Miami
it
took a
sure,
bag.
it sure ain't nothing compared to that Miami, okay? Nothing compared to that.
That's in Miami, man.
You, Green Road.
I guess I have two. One would be to be a lead in like a dystopian film. Another
Okay.
would be to be y'all know Allison Felix, the track star.
Oh yeah,
She
I can-
won a bunch of gold
I
medals.
can see you playing her in,
That is,
in a
like, my
biopic.
dream role. In
Absolutely.
A biopic? Oh my god, I would love
I
to.
could
'Cause
definitely
used to
see
run
that.
Track.
I ran track, yeah. Oh, that'd be perfect.
So look
role.
at us, track runners, and not Brandon. We all ran track here.
Not run track.
You did?
He did tracks. He got tracks.
Oh, wow.
He got tracks.
Jeez,
His
Louis
sister got tracks.
Brandon.
His sister got tracks.
Yeah,
too.
God, yeah, we all track stars here, B.
Different type of track
Track
stars.
stars. Okay, I gotta go check out because I didn't know about that. Okay.
Yeah, just
I
look up her
I
name.
totally
She
see
has
it
a lot
now.
of medals.
Oh, you know what? We didn't ask you. Like when you stopped acting, why did you stop?
Touche.
Oh.
We're supposed to put a pin in it.
I'll let her finish and then I'll get into that.
That was basically it.
Okay,
Just
cool.
those two.
All right, we're gonna go back over here.
Okay, that's
You know, it became stressful for me. First of all, I know it's a necessary evil to audition. I wasn't that great at it. You know, a lot of roles that I got, I didn't have to audition. American History X,
Big movie too.
Don't Say a Word. You know, that was a dramatic movie with rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. Runaway Jury was the same director. Didn't audition for that. But it's like as a comedian, I don't like the way Hollywood doesn't care about your life. Got an audition today. Drop everything and come read for this role. But I'm a mother. Oh, I'm a dad. I have kids in school. I don't care. You want this role? Drop it. Somebody else will do it if you don't want it. It's like that respect. And then as a comedian, I got, you know, I'll have dates, road dates. Gotta go. And they just want you to forget about that and just go audition for this
And that's
part.
guaranteed money.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
Guaranteed money right here on the table.
I got mortgages and shit.
Yeah,
And miles to feed.
yeah.
So at that part, or oh, they love you. Nobody can play this role but you. You can have the right comedy, the right drama, you know. And then you go in, you cancel a road date, or you cancel, you go a day later and miss press to promote your shows, and then they give it to somebody who's never acted before. They loved you to hear, you know. So it's just that tug of war of you know, when I'm being a comedian and being an actor in the audition process, I just sucked at it.
Yeah.
But once I got the roles, the ones that I get, you gonna get me. I'm gonna kill it.
Just that entire.
It's just that whole audition process. I have anxiety. It's like, man, but it's a necessary evil. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So what was it about?
And certain roles I
to
wouldn't
plug my film. what was it about Hope Street Holiday? Shout out to my casting director Natasha Ward, who found you and recommended that we work with you and all of that. But what was it about it that made you say that like you're gonna come out of retirement? So to